Knock knock.
Who's there?
Strangers.
Welcome back to Fog Entertainment. It's Season 5, Episode 2 of The Walking Dead. We've got Tainted Meat, we've got the Hunters hunting Rick's group down, and I think at this point it's the biggest the group ever got on the outside world. Normally they're nice and cosy in Alexandria or the Commonwealth, wherever they hang out, or the prison, but I like it the fact you're got a 15 strong group out in the wilderness. Would you agree with that dynamic?
Well, 15 strong, I would say, is stretching the truth. You might have 15 people in it, but are all of those 15 strong? Are we really going to include Eugene in the same sentence as strong?
No, we're not. But my point is, in terms of characters, people would lead you to believe that Rosita and Eugene are top tier characters, so therefore, is it not a pretty big cast here? Tara makes it pretty far in this show. You know, you've got Daryl, Carol, Rick, Tyrese, who will die pretty soon, by the way, and Bob. I think this is probably the strongest band that you've got in terms of characters.
Was there any need for the spoiler alert?
What?
Tyrese will die pretty soon?
No, he won't. Come on, man. Tyrese is invincible. But what do you think? I think it's a pretty good band of survivors.
It's no bad. It's alright. It's...
Do you want to talk
I wouldn't want to come up against them.
What's Eugene got to do against you?
You pissing your pants yet, Eugene?
I would have loved Negan to kill Eugene, but he didn't, and we'll get to that in a few seasons' time. But we begin this episode with smoke rising from Terminus. It's not the steam coming from the piss pants of Eugene. It's coming from the decrepit building left at Terminus. We're on the road again. You kind of get that iconic...
On the road again?
On the road again. You get that iconic shot of the Season 5 wallpaper of where they're all walking down the road, and you've got the wee monologue. You know they're all walking? No? Down the road?
Running down the street.
Yeah, you know the road where there's just leaves either side and trees? You know, the Walking Dead way?
That's every road in the Walking Dead universe.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this is an absolute disaster. You've got Carol and Tyrese filling up water bottles, and she's like, I don't know if the group's going to accept me for killing Karen and David, and he looks at her. It's alright, because I accept you. I actually don't respect Tyrese. I think he's a little bitch.
Who is Tyrese to decide that Karen and David's lives were only worth a Carol apology that he, of course, accepted? No one else really knows what Carol done. No one else is really forgiven what Carol has done. Maybe Daryl will, because Daryl has got some sort of strange fucking relationship with Carol where he loves her, even though she's never really done anything to help him or do anything good for him. I don't know why Daryl is so close to Carol, but he is. I think the group should put it down to a vote, and I think she should be kicked out. If she could kill Karen and David, then she could kill anybody. And it's not Karen and David's fault. They didn't have any relatives in the show, or they weren't dating anybody in the show that happens to be a main character, okay? Because that's exactly what it is. Plot purposes. Are you telling me that if Carol, let's say, for example, killed Glenn because he was sick, and let's say, for example, he killed... Alright, Carl wasn't as sick, but let's say she did kill him as well. Are you telling me if she killed those two, she'd be allowed in the group?
Of course she wouldn't. It's ridiculous to even think that.
Would Maggie accept her if she'd killed Glenn? Would Rick be like, oh no, it's okay, come back in, even though you did wipe out my son because he had a bit of a fucking sniff? I mean, come on, of course not. It's bullshit. And then we've got Tara, who we later see in this episode is apologetic, and she's almost begging for forgiveness because of Herschel's death, when she didn't know what the governor was capable of. All she did was believe the fucking lie that the governor told her. That doesn't make her a bad person. Yet it's almost like the question is, should Tara be allowed to join the group? No, fuck that. The question is, should Carol be allowed to rejoin the group? And the answer is, hell no.
Hell no is right. As they fill up their water bottles, a few walkers are killed. Abraham then looks at Rosita and is like, that right there, that's why we're going to wait to ask them. Because he wants to ask him, are you going to join the bum session to Washington, D.C. with me and Eugene? Why? Because they kill a couple of walkers, but does he fear them? Does Abraham fear these people? Why doesn't he just ask them?
No, I think he believes that they're valuable.
They're valuable? Tell you what, he's so far up Eugene's ass already, the character's wearing thin on me.
Aye, I mean, I kind of like Abraham. I think out of the three, that trio that they introduced, I'd say he is by far the best. I wouldn't say he's the hottest. I'd probably give that to Rosita. He's not annoying though like Eugene. I'd say out of the three, he probably is... Well, he's obviously the most masculine one there. followed by Rosita. He's the funniest one there, probably followed by Rosita, and there's nothing really funny about her. Basically, what I'm trying to say is Eugene's shite. All right, Eugene. You can every single category that you can give those three. Eugene will be dead last unless it's like negative categories.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I mean, he's more feminine than she is.
If it ain't
in a weird way,
it's going to be Eugene. It's just going to be everything negative on him.
So I like Abraham, and I get it, right? I get Eugene's important, but there's this weird thing where Abraham would fucking sacrifice his life for Eugene. And I know you could get it, well, he believes that Eugene's the guy that can fix all of this, but, I mean, come on, Abraham, why are you blindly following this guy that can't even break it down in layman terms what it's going to take to fix the world? The guy's got Abraham on strings. He just says a couple of big words, maybe words that have more than like 8 letters in it, and Abraham's like nodding, yeah, Eugene, you're the man.
Booger Red's marking it, yeah.
You know,
Easy E.
I just don't get it. Like, how come no one's called Eugene out on his bullshit? Well, everyone's supposed to just bow down and accept this guy and sacrifice their life to keep him safe, and he can't even make up some excuse on how to. Oh, I think I know what. And what's the plan? What's the exact plan? Does he plan on like releasing a bomb that's got gas or something that's going to turn the undead just into dead, or does he think he can reverse the whole thing?
Well, he says it's a weapon to kill everyone on the planet, and he thinks he can manufacture it in a way to kill all the walkers instead of them.
And are people going to trust him to actually do this?
Yeah.
If it goes wrong, does that not mean he wipes out the entire fucking earth?
Aye. Yeah, exactly. But even
and hold on, and if this was legit, right, are you telling me there'd be no more people like Eugene still alive? Would these people straight away, when this was going down, would they not have been top priority? Would they not have been in underground bunkers safe?
Yep.
I'm not buying it.
I'm not buying it.
It just doesn't make any logical sense how this can be the man. This Eugene guy is the one guy that can save civilization. I'm not buying it, but you know what? Abraham's buying it, so whatever. I mean,
whatever, guys.
I'd ask for a refund, Abraham, if I was you, because you've been sold a shiter.
But Daryl has been sold some squirrels. But he did find them. Him and Carol find them. He's like, oh, we need to talk about some things, but they don't get to talking about things because a silhouette moves and Daryl points his crossbow, but they come back with some squirrels the next morning. We've also got Rick talking to Carol saying, I owe you everything.
I owe you everything. No, you don't. You don't owe her shit. I mean, who's to say that if she never killed Karen and David, maybe David's the guy that could have rocked up to No Sanctuary and saved the group?
Yeah.
Maybe David could have just walked in and boom, 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 took down Aaron or whatever his name is and his gang.
Gareth,
that's the one.
We did hear screaming later that morning, and we're introduced to probably a guy that's just as bad as Eugene in my eyes.
Yeah, a guy that can rival Eugene just for cowardly and patheticness. It is Father Gabriel, and he's sitting on top of a rock, getting attacked by walkers. The group save him. Rick then asks him the 3 questions. See, this whole 3 question gimmick, it just never really took off for me.
No. It sucks.
I remember start season 4. How many people have you killed? How many walkers have you killed?
It's like it is comic booky, isn't it? It's very.
And then Father Gabriel says none, and Rick doesn't believe him. What's the fucking point of answering the question then, or asking the question?
Yeah.
If you ain't going to believe the guy, look at the stadium. He's sitting up on a rock, hiding, and Rick's ripping the piss out of him for not being able to kill a single walker. Is it really that far-fetched that this guy hasn't killed anybody?
Of course not. Of course it isn't. I mean, the fact he's sitting on the rock like a shite bag, acting like a little bitch, tells you everything you need to know. At this stage...
But then again, that doesn't really bother me, because I think that should be the way most people are reacting.
No, but...
That's the way Carol should be reacting. She shouldn't be walking into No Sanctuary with a big fucking rocket launcher and taking thousands of people.
Well, it was a wee firework, wasn't it?
It may as well have been a rocket launcher.
Reel it in, big man. But they had the Gabriel's
When I first watched it, I thought it was a rocket launcher.
True.
That makes it even fucking less believable.
I know.
So she found a little firework.
Yeah.
And managed to aim it directly for that gas tank or whatever it was.
That's pretty much it,
mate. Come on.
And what we've got here, though, Gabriel tells them, let's go to my church. So they go to his church. There's empty food cans. There's not much happening. There's a wee bit of food. But then they have to go out on a wee mission, don't they, to the nearby town.
Yeah, they just don't trust Gabriel. They don't trust this guy. But there's partly food in a nearby town, and therefore they've got to go for
It's
it.
one thing not trusting, but I mean, like I said, it's 15s. Like, realistic, what could he do?
Rick's been way too hostile to this guy.
Yeah. I think there's bigger problems like for Rick than Gabriel, but yeah, he was up Gabriel's ass to go to a nearby town. I believe you've got the tag team of
It's
Rick.
funny because in season 4 it was like, I can't kill anybody. I'm not allowed a gun. That can't be me. I gotta plant fucking potatoes. But in season 5 it's pretty much like kill every person I can get my hands on.
Yeah.
It's just another Rick going through one of his phases where he goes from being nice Rick, bad Rick, nice Rick, bad Rick.
Exactly, but then here Rick tag teams up with the black people. He's got Gabrielle, Bob, Sasha, and Michonne. So that's why he didn't take Tyrese as well.
I'm pretty sure we already seen this in the prison, but whatever.
Another edition? What do you mean? We already seen this in the prison.
Teaming up with black people.
Well, all right. Well, fair enough. But well, maybe he likes doing it then. Maybe he's got a wee black fetish as Rick Grimes. But here, essentially, they find the food bank. There's a hole in the roof. It's created like a massive flood inside the building. And they risk it all. Like, they jump in, right? Corner themselves in the corner of the room. And then, like, try and stab them in, like, 6 foot high water. To me, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, you've no idea. We see how walkers get decapitated and stuff, and how they get cut in half. You have no idea what is underneath the water. And for me, in a world where one bite is fatal, this is fucking dumb. But we see in you look at The Walking Dead, you would never punch a walker. You would just never fucking do it. Yeah, how many times have we actually seen it?
Yeah. Like, if that walker's tooth hits your skin, you're dead.
Yeah, you punch that, and maybe and like, I don't know, like, if you go around punching people, you can easily cut your finger or whatever, your knuckle, your hand, on their teeth.
Obviously, if you punch a human, it doesn't matter what part of their body sliced you open, because it's not going to kill you. But a walker, if you've punched a walker and you've noticed a cut in your knuckle, you don't know if that's going to be a bite or if it's because you punched the bone in their cheek or something.
So I never really liked that. I never really understood the close quarter combat shite in The Walking Dead. Anyway,
Gabriel doesn't like it though.
Father Gabriel breaks ranks, so he just leaves, and they try and get to save him. But because he left the pack, because he left formation, it meant that things kind of broke up and the walkers got on top, and it looks like everything's been taken care of. But unfortunately, someone's been bit here, and we just don't know it yet.
Someone's been bit, but we'll get to him a wee bit later. We've got the carts returning, shopping carts with loads of food, and then we have essentially dinner time. Gabrielle apologises for panicking, rightfully so, but I can buy this guy being a shite bag. It's like, when you see him, he's like a frail guy. He's not a big guy. Then you see Tyrese, 6'3", bottling people.
I just don't understand why they took him here. It makes no sense. This would be like fucking season 2. What was Otis's wife called? Patricia. This would be like Patricia saying, there's a supermarket down here, and Rick's like, right, you're coming with us, and you're going to get right into the middle with all the walkers and zombies. I mean, that wouldn't have happened. He'd have just says, right, tell us what it is and we'll go and do it. Why Rick brought Father Gabriel with them here in the first place is beyond me. But I mean, I guess we know why he done it, because someone had to get bit here, someone had to...
That's what he had to do. That's the reason he took it.
but
But even if it's the case we didn't trust him, we wanted to keep him close. But like, you're sending him into a death trap at the end of the day. Like, surely, if you want to keep an eye on this guy, is it not better?
And if you don't trust him, can't he do more damage to you going into a dangerous situation?
Yeah, of
If you don't
course.
trust him, wouldn't you have been better off leaving him behind with the majority of the group?
Of course.
But no, we'll take him with us, going into a dangerous situation with a limited amount of group, and it meant if he tries anything, he could potentially get us killed. Just, dumb decision here.
Yep, Rick tells Gabriel, though, he's like, here, these people are my family, even though I've only knew them about 10 minutes, some of them. And if you do anything that hurts them, I'll kill you.
Unless it's Karen and David, then they don't really...
It doesn't matter, buddy. You can kill Karen and David. Talking of the
Yeah,
killer,
but I mean, see, like, Karen and David should mean a hell of a lot more to Rick than Abraham, Rosita, Eugene, or Tara should.
No, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we can maybe, because for the fact that, I mean, he knew them for a pretty long time. You can argue that Tara should maybe mean even less, than she was on the governor's side, perhaps. But I just don't get it. I know I'm going back to the David and Karen thing here, but how Carol's been allowed, how they've just forgiven that is unbelievable.
No, you're right.
Who cares if it's there needs to be rules in place. You can't have people kill someone in the group, but their punishment depends on
Star power.
how important the person was or how many friends the person had in that group. That's nonsense.
No, of course it
That
is.
makes zero fucking sense.
And this, it's not like it's a gang. I mean, they're supposed to be normal people that live in this like world. I don't get it. It's baffling. But Carol, she does find an abandoned car. They go to start it, and then what happens? A car speeds past. Daryl runs to the road, and it's got that cross on the back of it, the real IRA cross.
Father Gabriel's car.
Father
The Gabriel machine. So I don't know, Daryl wants to give chase and he decides first thing he needs to do is break the lights on the back. I could have maybe understand if he wanted to break the lights on the front because he'd be able to follow the car maybe without them seeing him. But he broke the lights on the back for whatever fucking weird reason.
I think he broke all four, did he not? No.
I didn't show you him breaking the front too.
Maybe if you break the back lights, it automatically breaks the front ones. I'm not too sure how.
And also, I mean, he
I'm not
wasted a
mechanic.
lot of time here. The main priority should have been getting in the car and chasing this down.
Yeah, I don't get this, but Beth. They want Beth. They want a good Beth. So Daryl and Carol head off, never to be seen again. Bob, he kisses Sasha. He gets out. He's outside. Oh, happy days. While this was all going on, Abraham sold him the pipe dream about Eugene, and Rick's like, we're in. Because Judith said,
So yeah, Rick and the gang are going to save the world. Tara apologised to Maggie. She confessed that she was on the governor's side, but she didn't know anything about him. And Maggie was pretty much like, yeah, don't worry about it, you're one of us now. So, yeah. I'm not saying that's the wrong thing to do because, I mean, I guess Andrea was on the governor's side. I guess Meryl was on the governor's side.
yeah.
I mean, we all picked the wrong sides.
We all picked the wrong size, but up to this point, not much has happened in the episode. It's been very filler-esque.
Now, I believe this episode got a 10 by Treves Chan.
Well, Trevor needs to sort himself out, but this is where things do pick up. Bob gets knocked out. Damn. He gets knocked out here by a hooded figure. He then wakes up, he sees bloody faces and a fire, and it turns out the remaining residents of Terminus are there. We've got Martin, who's the one I believe Tyrese beat up. You've got Gareth and a few other red shirts in there. Gareth gives his big speech. He's like, the good news, Bob, is you're not dead yet. Bob's tied to a pole, gives this big speech. We didn't start out eating people. It was meant to be a good thing, Bob. But then it turned to shit. And then Bob looks down. He's missing his leg.
Yeah, and it's a pretty good scene, like, I'm not going to lie. I think they could have done more with the hunters.
Yep.
I think Gareth's a pretty good character. He's a weird bad guy where he's not like this physically imposing, but he's got like some sort of like eerie kind of threat to him at the same time. I think he's a good leader. He's like nothing really shocks him. Like he's very calm and controlled. I think Gareth's a pretty good character.
No,
I like Gareth.
He is. I thought the hunters were good. You know what? As much as we bury The Walking Dead, I think the horror element here of them like eating his leg while he's like screaming.
Now, what I didn't really like is here, I mean, apart from Gareth, and then obviously you have the guy that Tyrese beating up, it's almost like the others were just debuting.
They are just here to die. Soon.
Yeah, because I know we had the mother, Mary, and then we had the two guys that were basically battering everyone with the baseball bat and then slitting their throat. Maybe they could have done a better job of introducing more hunters in the finale of season 4 and the beginning of season 5, just so that when we've seen them reappear, they actually meant a bit more. But the hunters at this point is basically just Gareth.
No, it is. It literally is.
Because the rest of them were just like red shirts.
We can talk about Martin all
And
we want.
when you've only got like one member that you really know, and say Martin. The group doesn't really seem that like a threat.
No,
because
they don't.
you've got Gareth who's the leader and the only character we really
And at
know.
this point, they don't have numbers.
Yeah, they don't have numbers, so therefore they don't have the quantity and they don't have the quality, right? They've got Gareth with a +1 and then the rest are literally red shirts, so it's like, what threat are they really?
No threat. But that's where it ends. Bob is screaming. His legs being it. Pretty horrific images. I'm going to give this episode a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. season 5's been alright. Looking back, I can definitely see why people prefer season 5 over season 4. I think I've always thought season 4 was better, purely just because it came before season 5, and I do believe that The Walking Dead just gets worse and worse and worse.
Back half of season 4 killed it.
But I could definitely see me thinking by the end of this season that season 5 is better than season 4. The only thing is, will I think that the second half of season 5's killed it? I don't know. As for this episode, I will give it... I like the ending. I thought it ended really, really well. It was a pretty slow, though, before that. Like you said, not a lot happened. I'll get a 7.
It was like they talked a bit about Carol and the group's like future, but nothing really meant anything. There was no confrontation. Like, Carol, what do we do with her? We vote her in. Do we vote Tara in? It was all, we're in this
No,
together.
actually, I'm giving it a 6.
Fair enough.
There just wasn't enough.
No, but for a Big Trev to give this a 10, that's delusion.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. Like,
I thought
the ending was good, but you take out the ending, this episode's like a 4, 5?
Yeah, the ending was...
It's just filler.
The ending was really good, but before that, I mean, it was literally just filler with Father Gabriel. I mean,
That's what it was, guys. But that's it for Strangers, and hopefully on this channel, strangers to our videos. 6 out of 10.
like and subscribe.
Peace.